sitting in the preacher's seat.
Yeah. Been known to preach a little bit.
He'll be having a prayer on his message.
Will be called to order for the Fayette County Commissioners meeting. It is Thursday, March 20th, 2025, and it is 10 a.m., the appointed time for this meeting. If everybody will stand for a moment of silent prayer. If you will face the flag and repeat. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll open it up to number 3. Is there any public comment on the agenda items? Is there any online, anything that no hands raised? All right, hearing none, we will go to number 4. We'll start with proclamations, and I guess we're standing up here again.
Yep.
And we will do, we have 6 proclamations this month. So we'll each be reading 3. Commissioner Vatsides will start with Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month. So is there anybody here for Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month?
Okay. March 2025, proclamation Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month. Whereas the Fayette County Commissioners are proud to commemorate March 2025 as the Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month in Fayette County, Pennsylvania. And whereas this designation will formalize and expand upon the federal designation 30 years ago, March of 1986, as Hemophilia Awareness Month, and in 2016, when all individual bleeding disorders came together as one designation. And the Federal Department of Health and Human Services first designated March 2016 as National Bleeding Disorders Month, and those bleeding disorders which share the inability to form a proper blood clot, is characterized by extended bleeding after injury, surgery, trauma, and can lead to significant mortality or be fatal if not effectively treated. And whereas many individuals with hemophilia become infected with HIV and hepatitis C in the 1980s due to the contamination of the blood supply and blood products. And as Awareness Month in Fayette County, we generate greater awareness and understanding not only of hemophilia but also inheritable bleeding disorders, not including Willy-Brandt disease and rare bleeding disorders, which affect millions of individuals around the world. And whereas this proclamation it will bring light to the great scientific achievements in the treatment of bleeding disorders, for which there is no cure, and the greater pursuit of advanced therapies and cures to these disorders. Whereas bleeding disorders, community relationships with policymakers have fostered numerous medical and policy advancements beneficial to all those affected by bleeding disorders, and this proclamation will foster a greater sense of community and shared purpose among individuals with an inherent bleeding disorders. And we, elevate awareness of the engagement of the inheritable bleeding disorders journey beyond our community to the general public, enabling the prevention of illness, unnecessary procedures, and disability. Now therefore, we, the Fayette County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim March 20th, 2025, hereby proclaim the month of March of 2025 as Bleeding Disorders Awareness Month in Fayette County, Pennsylvania. Thank you.
Commissioner Laura now has for the Pennsylvania 4-H week. Do we have anybody here for that? All right, come on up.
Where would you like us?
Spread out here.
Sure.
Would you like to introduce everybody who's come up?
I sure can.
You can-
All right, so my name is Jennifer Dykert. I'm the 4-H educator here in Fayette County. The other adult with me is Jenna Tinky. She's the 4-H program assistant. And how about I let them introduce themselves? Is that okay?
Of course.
4-H does encourage practice at public speaking, so we'll give them
Okay.
practice. Go ahead.
My name's Arden Braun. My name's Cole Weskaback.
I'm Kayla Weskaback. My name's Preston McIntosh.
All right, so these are some of our 4-H members.
This is one of my favorite proclamations of the year. I really do like the 4-H Club because I just think there's just such a aggressive, good group that does great things. So
Thank you.
I always like this one. Pennsylvania 4-H Proclamation, March 16th through the 22nd of 2025. Penn State Extension, Fayette County 4-H. Whereas 4-H is America's largest youth development organization, supporting nearly 6 million youth across the country. And whereas 4-H in Pennsylvania is delivered by Penn State Extension in rural areas, small towns, and cities in all 67 counties in the Commonwealth to more than 77,000 youth ages 5 to 18. Whereas 4-H youth in Pennsylvania are served by a network of educators, staff members, and more than 6,000 adult volunteers who engage and then mentor youth in learning activities in hands-on projects in topics such as animal science, civic engagement, STEM, and health and wellness. Whereas 4-H has helped 5,718 youth in Fayette County in the last program year to become confident, independent, resilient, and compassionate leaders as they learn by doing. Whereas 4-H's network provides youth with opportunities for leadership development, career exploration, problem solving, friendships, community involvement, passion, and purpose. Whereas Pennsylvania 4-H Week showcases the incredible ways that 4-H inspires kids to achieve and highlights the remarkable 4-H youth in Fayette County who work each day to make a positive impact on those around them. Now, therefore, we do hereby proclaim March 16th through the 22nd of 2025 as Pennsylvania 4-H Week throughout Fayette County. Encourage all citizens to acknowledge and celebrate 4-H for its valuable service and continued efforts to empower youth with the foundation of success for a lifetime, and recommend contacting the 4-H or the Fayette County Extension Office to learn how to get involved with 4-H. Signed by the Commissioners, Scott Dunn, Vincent Facides, and myself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody have anything to say? No?
Anybody?
How many children are in the Fayette County 4-H program?
So we're still enrolling for this year. Last year we finished with just over 400 that belong to clubs, but then we are also doing some amazing school enrichment programs. Actually, you caught us on a really busy week. We are starting the embryology project in, I think, just 8 classrooms this week, and then we have a second round after Easter. So I think a total of 30-some classrooms for that. But this is also Ag Literacy Week. So we are partnering with 80 classroom teachers. We provided them with a book. This year it's about soil health. We also gave them earthworms. And they're gonna learn about composting and the benefits of earthworms in their garden. So a couple activities with that as well. So we're reaching, with that program, I think we're reaching about 1,700 students. So, yeah, it's been,
Very good.
it's been a busy
Thank you for all
month so
you do.
far. Sure.
They
we
can grow
enjoy it.
that into a business selling live bait.
Exactly, yeah. But we do have a variety of clubs. You know, a lot of families think that 4-H is you have to live on a farm or own an animal, and this is a perfect example up here. The Rescavac boys, they do. They're in our livestock club. So that is one of our traditional project areas. But Arden here is in a new club we started. It's our 4-H press club. So they're learning about public speaking, video skills, photography, communicating. So they'll be the voice of 4-H throughout the year. We're going to start our own 4-H YouTube channel to get information out to the volunteers and the families. And then down on the end, Preston, he does it all. He is in photography, he's in robotics, rocketry, STEM, stitch and stir. What else are you doing? Okay, yeah. But yeah, you know, a new project comes and he's right there to give it a try. His mom's in the audience, Ashley, she's a volunteer. So we work with, I think we're up to about 110 volunteers. And that really is what makes 4-H successful, are those caring adults that are willing to give their time to help our youth.
Thank you.
All right,
Keep up the
thanks.
good work.
Thank you. Can we get a picture now or later?
Yeah,
Now?
Yeah, we're going
Okay. Can we do it now?
because I know them kids want to get back to school.
Oh, absolutely. Would somebody mind using my camera? Thanks. Thank you. Absolutely. Yep. There we go. Yep. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, then you keep, one of you guys get to keep.
Thank you.
All right, my first proclamation is for Autism Awareness Month. And you have people for that? Come on up.
It's Izzy.
Hey, come on up, Izzy.
Come on, Izzy. Come over here, Izzy.
Hi, see you. So whereas Autism Awareness Month is observed annually in April, and April 2nd is recognized as United Nations sanctioned World Autism Awareness Day. Both designations are intended to increase understanding and acceptance of people with autism. And whereas people living with autism spectrum disorder remind us each day that every person is born with unique talents and should be treated with respect, play an active role in planning for their futures, and feel empowered to fully participate in and contribute to their communities. When those with autism have access to equal opportunities, we all do better, and that begins with making sure our county lives up to its commitment to ensure all things are possible for all people. And whereas during Autism Awareness Month, we in Fayette County commit to helping individuals on the autism spectrum reach their full potential. And whereas each person should have the opportunity to live a full, independent life, follow their talents wherever they lead. In April, we recognize those individuals with autism spectrum disorder who are achieving goals and breaking down barriers. Therefore, on this day, March 20th, 2025, the Fayette County Commissioners do hereby proclaim April 2025 as Autism Awareness Month in Fayette County, Pennsylvania. This month, the Fayette County Commissioners call upon all citizens, government agencies, public and private agencies and institutions, businesses and schools in Fayette County to recommit to increasing awareness and understanding of autism spectrum disorder, and encourage all citizens to learn what they can do to support individuals on the spectrum and their families. Signed this day, Fayette County Board of Commissioners, Scott Dunn, Vincent Pacides, and Dave Boyle. Congratulations. We're going to take a picture. Yeah.
And then stay here for just a second. We're gonna picture.
I'm Sherry Mitchell. I'm the Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Deputy Administrator at Fayette County Behavioral Health. And we have Izzy Mohar here with us today. She's a senior at Laurel Highlands High School. She's been the mascot for 3 years. Is that right, Mom? Four years. She's applied to St. Vincent College for the Bearcat Best program. So we want to keep our fingers crossed that she gets selected. The one other thing I'd like to say is, usually everybody's very solemn when they walk into the commissioners meeting, and I have to say, we need Izzy here more because everybody was smiling, and it was wonderful, and she did a great job being a greeter today. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Guess I'm up next.
All right, Commissioner Vacides is going to present Child Abuse Prevention Month.
This is small print. I'm gonna do my best, but that is small. Yeah.
How are you? Stand over here, I guess.
Okay, I need a magnifying glass.
Let's give him the highlights.
Child Abuse Prevention Month, April 2025. Whereas our children are our most valuable resource, and will shape the future of Fayette County. And whereas every child in the Commonwealth has a right to be cared for by adults who love, protect, and a safe environment. And whereas protected and unharmed childhoods produce self-assured and successful adults. And whereas children who are abused and neglected become permanently disabled, psychologically distressed adults experiencing problems, substance abuse, crime, domestic violence against others, including their own children. And whereas child abuse includes physical and psychological wounds inflicted upon a child, and abuse survivors wear physical and emotional scars for the rest of their lives. And whereas protective factors are conditions to reduce or eliminate risk and promote the social, emotional, and developmental well-being of children. And whereas effective child abuse prevention activities succeed because of the partnerships created between child welfare professionals, education, health, community, and faith-based organizations, businesses, law enforcement agencies, and families. And whereas protecting children against abuse and neglect is a community responsibility, and whereas Fayette County has 712 reported cases of abuse and 1,214 protective services reports during 2024. And whereas Fayette County had 17 babies born affected by substances, 10 to illegal or misused substances in 2024. And whereas Fayette County had 216 children removed from their homes and currently has 226 youth in out-of-home placement, including 161 children currently with kinship placements. And whereas we do hereby proclaim April as Child Abuse Prevention Month and call upon all citizens, community agencies, faith groups, medical facilities, schools, businesses to increase their participation in our efforts to support families, whereby preventing child abuse and neglect and strengthening the communities in which we live. This is signed by the Fayette County Commissioners today, March 20th, 2025. Thank you.
I will.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Aaron. I'm up here with Laura and Cindy, and I'll just say that we do appreciate the support we get from the commissioners and also the community and our service providers that we work with every day. can't do it without everybody's support. Thank you.
Thank you for John. Great. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, Commissioner Laura's going to do Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and you're staying here, Andrea? You want to come over here?
Come on over.
Sexual Assault Awareness Month Proclamation 2025. Sexual assault is an, let me start over. My eyes are blurry too, but I didn't have the smaller print. Sexual Assault Awareness Month, SAAM, calls attention to the fact that sexual violence is widespread and impacts every person in every community. SAM aims to raise public awareness about sexual abuse, harassment, and assault, and educate communities about how to be involved in prevention. The theme of Sexual Assault Awareness Month 2025, Together We Act, United We Change, emphasizes the importance of communities working together to prevent sexual assault or sexual abuse, assault, and harassment. Education is the first step to action and empowers our communities to be part of the solution. Sexual abuse affects individuals of every background. To address this, we must promote education around constant, healthy communications and bystanders intervention. By equipping individuals and communities with these tools, we can help prevent violence before it starts and foster a culture of respect and care. Central to this campaign to the importance of amplifying the voice of survivors, especially those most vulnerable in our communities. Their experiences must be heard and acknowledged, and their stories should guide our efforts to combat sexual violence in all forms. Everyone in our communities deserves to live in a safe and supportive environment where they are treated and respected. When our workplaces, schools, and communities work together to uphold safety and respect, we make progress in preventing sexual abuse. Statistics: over 53% of women and 29% of men reported experiencing sexual violence. 32% of adults with the intellectual disabilities have experienced sexual violence. 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys reported sexual abuse at the age of 8. Together we act, united we change. By standing in a solidarity, we can build a future free from sexual violence and create a world where everyone is safe, valued, and respected. We join advocates and communities across the country in taking action to prevent sexual violence. April is the Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and each day of the year is an opportunity to seize changes. Signed by the Fayette County Commissioners.
Well, I have another proclamation, so
I know.
I'll just speak at one time if that's okay with everybody.
I will do that.
If you don't mind, that way we'll keep things moving.
So, I know we're reading proclamations for this month or this week or whatever, but, the fact that Andrea has been up here now for a third proclamation with regard to, child abuse, sexual assault, and now it's going to be victims' rights, just goes to show the work that Andrea and her organization does. So Crime Victims' Rights Week is April 6th through April 12th, 2025. Whereas crime affects individuals, families, communities in a profound and varied way, often leaving lasting physical, emotional, and social challenges. Whereas the concept of kinship underscores the connections that build bridges to support services and shared strength among survivors, advocates, and communities. Whereas kinship is the foundation of victim advocacy, inspiring trauma-informed care that meets survivors where they are. Whereas through kinship, we build peer networks and community alliances that empower survivors, foster resilience, and offer pathways to healing. Whereas kinship reminds us of the strength that comes from connection, and the importance of listening to every voice and the power that we have to create lasting change when we work together. Now therefore, we, the Fayette County Board of Commissioners, proclaim April 6th through April 12th, 2025 as Crime Victims' Rights Week in Fayette County. This proclamation reaffirms our dedication to building connections, standing in kinship with survivors, and creating a future where healing and hope are within reach for everybody. And it's signed today by the Fayette County Commissioners. We'll let Andrea.
Thank you, thank you. I want to take this time just to say how much we appreciate the commissioners, because they have been a vital, important, constant support for our organization. We are happy to say that we are in our 50th year this year of providing services to Fayette County. In a way, it's a good thing, but in a way, you think about it, that for 50 years plus before then, it took a group of women that seen that there was abuse, neglect, assault that was going on in Fayette County, and they took it upon themselves to create an organization. And so 50 years later, we're still here. We are a nonprofit, and with that, you know, it's like everything else that's going on in the world today, with budgets and cuts and everything going on, that affects us as well. And it's a struggle, but I have a group of individuals, there's only 8 of us in our organization, and we provide services to over 1,500 victims a year. And that is victims of sexual violence as well as all other violent crimes. So we're looking at homicides, DUI crashes, burglaries, robberies, thefts, assaults. It's challenging, but on the other end, it's rewarding because we are there to be able to help those who need us. So please, if you ever need services, they're free. Everything is confidential. We have a 24-hour hotline. You know, please reach out. There are services available to those in need. We are also in all of our schools in Fayette County to do prevention programs, because that's where it starts. And I was a fellow 4-H'er too, so I was like, ooh, another connection that we could tap into, because we're always looking at how we can get our word out there as well. So if anybody ever wants us to come and talk to your organization, your group, your church, anything like that, please just reach out to us, because that's what we're here for. And again, I want to take time to thank everybody for your support through the years. And again, we are having a 50th celebration. We have a Facebook page, we have a website, Crime Victim Center of Fayette County, if you would like to come and celebrate with us. We'd love to have the community come and just have a fun time. So thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Someone to take a picture as well? Yes.
We're short-staffed today, if you haven't figured out on our photographers, so. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this moment to do a shameless plug for the Crime Victim Center 50th anniversary celebration. It is Saturday, September 26th. It's at New Haven Hose, and please go support that great organization.
And you have some flyers that I can put on the table.
Okay. We'll go to number 5, the condition of the county according to the controller. So, Jessica.
Good morning.
Morning.
Cash balance for the general ledger is $1,978,152.33. Trans tax anticipation note, $6 million. 2025 revenue, the budget, $56,915,355.30. Year-to-date, $4,350,926.72. Percentage received is 7.64%. 2025 expenditures. The budget, $55,082,741.69. Year-to-date, $11,946,500.33. Percentage used is 21.69%. Due to the general fund. Payroll payments due to general fund, CYS, $7,181,266.87. Loan payable due to general fund, CYS, $750,000. CYS current cash balance, $72,272.72. The total is $7,931,266.87. Act 13 Marcellus Shale Fund, Fund 13. Cash balance, unconventional wells account, $130,953.19. Cash balance, legacy account, $39,512.34. Cash balance, bridge department account, $1,994,905.20. And finally, the Capital Reserve Fund, Fund 51, the cash balance is $69,282.06. Thank you.
Any questions regarding that report, you can contact the Office of the Controller. Thank you. Number 6, Fayette County Redevelopment Authority.
Consider adoption of the attached resolution, which approves a modification to a fiscal year 2020 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG program for on behalf of Manellan Township.
Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Number 7, Behavioral Health Administration.
Consider approval of the following modifications. Under Modification Agreement Number 1, 2024 to 2025, Accessibilities, Inc., and Rehab Links as listed.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Number 8, Children and Youth Services.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 2024-25 purchase of service agreement between the County of Fayette through CYS and Juvenile Probation and Mary Myers RN, 109 Blaine Avenue, McClellantown, PA. Ms. Myers will provide coordination of plans of safe care for substance-exposed infants, along with additional services such as attending meetings, provision of related reports, plans, consultations, assessments, court testimony, documentation, collateral activity, and training for the county as needed. The rate is $50 per hour.
Motion. Is there a second? Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 2024-25 purchase of service agreement exclusively for April 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2025 between the County of Fayette through CYS and Adolphi Village, Inc., 1119 Village Way, Latrobe, PA, for Life Skills Training Weekend Retreat for Independent Living Youth. The rate for this service is $4,000 per weekend. A weekend is considered to start at 7 p.m. on Friday and continue through 12 p.m. on Sunday. Services can be provided in both a group and individual setting with mutually agreed on locations, date, time for ART, anger replacement therapy instruction for a minimum of 4 youth and a maximum of 12 youth.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? We'll call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 2024-25 purchase of service agreement between the County of Fayette through CYS and Juvenile Probation and Family Links, Inc., 401 North Highland Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA, for placement services on an as-needed basis. The rates are listed.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 2024-25 purchase of service agreement between the County of Fayette through CYS and Juvenile Probation and Benchmark Family Services, 3417 Universal Road, Suite 1, Pittsburgh, PA, for therapeutic foster care on an as-needed basis. The rates are listed.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider approval of a fiscal year 2024-25 purchase of service agreement between the County of Fayette through CYS and Angel Veslovsky, 473 Sawmill Road, Greensburg, PA, for life skills training for independent living youth. The rate for this service is $150 per hour.
Motion.
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider approval to purchase one double pedestal steel desk 60 by 30 inch walnut top with black base at a cost of $840 and one deluxe fabric task chair black at a cost of $230 for a total cost of $1,070. This purchase is through Uline.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval to lease one Konica Minolta C301 color copier printer with DF 714, one power filter, one FS 533 inner finisher, and one PC 216 paper feed cabinet at a cost of $166.92 a month before tax, with a 59-month addendum term. The lease payments will be 100% funded through the Fayette County CYS Plans of Safe Care Grant. This lease is through Ford Technologies. Device to be added to County of Fayette Master Maintenance Agreement.
Motion. Is there a second? Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval to purchase 5 Brother ADS 4300N document scanners desktop USB 3.0 LAN at a cost of $342.99 each for a total cost of $1,714.95. This purchase is through CoStar's CDW.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider approval to purchase one Microsoft Surface Dock 2 docking station, Surface Connect 2 USB-C at a cost of $212.12. This purchase is through CoStar's CDW.
Motion.
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Number 9, economic development.
Consider approval for Mark Rayfield to attend the 2025 PSATS conference at the Hershey Lodge, Hershey, PA, May 4th and 5th, 2025. Cost is for conference registration, travel, and tolls.
Is there a motion? Motion.
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Consider approval for Mark Rayfield to attend the 2025 PETA, Pennsylvania Economic Development Association, Spring Legislative Conference at the Hilton Harrisburg, Harrisburg, PA, from April 27th to 30th, 2025. Cost is for conference registration, travel, tolls, and lodging.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Number 10, Human Resources.
Under CYS, consider approval of the resignation of David Apicella, caseworker 1, effective February 14th, 2025.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider ratification of the promotion of Lorena Watson to caseworker 3, SEIU CYS, $28.58 an hour, $55,731 annually, effective February 24th, 2025.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider ratification of the hiring of Silas Leone, caseworker 1, SEIU CYS, $24.04 an hour, $46,878 annually, effective March 10th, 2025.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Under Election Bureau, consider approval of the hiring of Ben Mosher, Department Clerk 2, SEIU, pay grade 5, SR, $13.81 an hour, $26,929.50 annually, effective March 24th, 2025.
Motion. Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Under EMA, consider approval of the resignation of Renee Mitchell, dispatcher trainee, effective February 18th, 2025.
Motion. Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider ratification of the promotion of Cameron Salopek to dispatcher 1, SEIU, pay grade SR, $21.31 an hour, $44,324.80 annually, effective February 24th, 2025.
Motion. Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider approval of the retirement of Valerie Brewer, caseworker 2, effective March 28, 2025.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under Fayette County Behavioral Health Administration, consider ratification of the hiring of Alyssa Steiner, caseworker 1, non-union, pay grade 33, step EE, $19.82 an hour, $38,649 annually, effective March 17th, 2025.
Motion.
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider ratification of the hiring of Jace Clymer, Information Technology Generalist 1, non-union, pay grade 38, step NN, $29.62 an hour, $57,759 annually, effective March 17th, 2025.
Motion. Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider ratification of the hiring of Sheena Martinsky, caseworker 2, non-union, pay grade 35, step EE, $21 an hour, $40,950 annually, effective March 17th, 2025.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider approval of the resignation of Savannah Baker, caseworker 2, effective March 5th, 2025.
Motion. Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 11 is the Office of Human and Community Services, FACT.
Consider approval of the procedure manual for Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation as presented.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider approval of the bed bug policy for Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation as presented.
I make a motion to table this so we can further review it to make sure. There were some issues last time this came up, and we want to check, make sure that it's going to work out with some of our other agencies, that, i.e. the Housing Authority, make sure that it's properly worded to handle that.
So there's a motion to table. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion is tabled.
Consider approval for the FACT Executive Director, Operations Manager, and Transportation Manager to attend the Pennsylvania Public Transportation Association, PPTA, 2025 Annual Meeting on May 12th to 15th, 2025 in Lancaster, PA, and subsequent use of the county credit card to reserve and pay for the enrollment in this meeting and to book and pay for lodging for the dates of May 11th to 16th, 2025 for this trip. FACT will in turn reimburse the county for these total expenses from their funding as provided by the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation and/or Federal Transportation Administration.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 12, Office of Tax Services.
Under tax claim, consider approval of the following repository bid opened on March 4th, 2025, subject to all conditions being met. Total bid amount is $3,500.
Motion.
Is there a second? Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Consider approval of an ordinance granting the Director of Tax Services, Rebecca Szynski, authority to make, acknowledge, and sign deeds of any real estate owned by the county which is authorized for sale by resolution of the board as attached.
I'll make a motion to table this for better reach for next meeting.
Is there a second to table?
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries 3-0, and this motion is tabled. Number 13, Planning, Zoning, and Community Development.
Consider approval of pay estimate 1 dated February 21st, 2025 in the amount of $103,085.73 to Plum Contracting, Inc., 864 Croft Road, Greensburg, PA, for construction work completed in building the Sheepskin Trail southern segment in Spring Hill Township, Fayette County, as attached.
Motion.
I will second that motion. The motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carries 2-1.
Consider approval of pay estimate 2 dated March 11th, 2025 in the amount of $51,259.73 to Plum Contracting, Inc., 864 Croft Road, Greensburg, PA, for construction work completed in building the Sheepskin Trail southern segment in Spring Hill Township, Fayette County, as attached.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
I second the motion. Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
Just that none of this funding is coming out of the general fund. This is grant money we received.
And once again, grant money is still tax dollars.
But it's not coming out of the general fund.
Doesn't
We've
matter.
never
It's
used
still-
any money out of the general
It's
fund
coming out of
for
every
the
person
Sheepskin
sitting in this
Trail.
room and every citizen in Fayette County. That money is coming out of their pockets because it still comes from the federal government, the state government, and every grant is still a tax dollar, no
And
matter
grants
what
are
it is.
competitive, and if you don't.
Grants are
If you don't
competitive.
get grant, can you let me speak?
Yes.
Thank you. If you don't get the grants, they're going to go somewhere else, and somebody else is going to benefit from those. We have to try to get as many grants as we can to help improve the quality of life in the county, and this is certainly one way to do that.
Tell the people out there that are having a hard time making their bills right now that a grant is a free money and it's got to go somewhere. Tell
It
them
is.
that statement.
That's how
And they're going to
the
look at you and
system
say
works.
that that is wrong and you're an elected official and we are supposed to be taking care of our client, of our patrons' tax dollars. And when we're talking about trails at this expense level, we're not taking care of our tax dollars.
That makes no sense.
No, yours
So-
doesn't make any sense.
All right, we're gonna move on here. The motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
No.
Thank you. Number 14, recycling stormwater.
Consider approval for Sheila Shea to attend the 2025 Prop Conference in Cranberry, PA, July 21st to 25th, 2025, and to use the county credit card for hotel costs. A grant has been received to cover the cost of the conference and the certification class. The cost to the county will be for the $556 hotel stay.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Consider approval to purchase a 2024 Ford F-250 truck with dump insert for $54,246 through CoStars from Thurby with provider number 026-E22-204. The cost of the truck will be covered by a DEP 902 grant.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? My discussion is, this truck is covered by a grant. Thank you. All those in favor of this motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 3-0.
So if you look at it, if you apply it just like the sheepskin, if we didn't have this grant, we couldn't get this truck. That truck's gonna go somewhere else in the state if we don't apply for it, so it's the same principle.
No, it's not the same principle. The
Exactly.
category of importance is what's important here. It's just like if you actually have a hot water tank that you need to replace in your house, and you want a swimming pool, you're gonna buy the swimming pool, you're gonna buy the hot water tank.
You can't use trail
There's
grants for
necessity.
anything else but trail grants. That's
And
what they're for.
And that falls back onto the elected officials up higher on the state and the federal level.
Yeah, well,
not
that's-
doing their job
then
properly.
your issue was
and
with them.
looking at the fact that there's an importance of monies and there's not. And in the condition of this country, not just us, but in the condition of the finances of this country, every elected official out there that looks at something that is a luxury and funds it should actually be taken out of office. Simple as that.
Well-
Because the taxes, there are people that
You
can't
know,
afford their property
we're-
right now.
somebody else is gonna get these grants
So
if we
what?
don't.
Let them.
Yeah, so-
I'm not
so we're
gonna
gonna-
vote for
so we're
something-
gonna,
I'm not voting
shortchange
for something
Fayette
that
County?
actually takes tax dollars that are foolishly spent.
It
and putting
doesn't
them
matter,
into-
it was approved. I'm
Yeah.
just letting the people know that these grants are out there, and if we don't apply for them, we're not doing our job. If they're not available, that's fine, but they're available and they're for a specific purpose. That's to build trails. And if we don't apply for them, somebody else in Pennsylvania or in the nation is going to get that funding. We're just doing our due diligence to help in every aspect we can. This truck is the same principle. That, but it's a different kind of funding. It's specifically for that purpose. You can't say, okay, well, if we don't apply for trails, that money can go elsewhere. No, it's specifically for trails and specifically for trucks.
And as I said, the line up above, the state and the federal elected officials need to be looking at this stuff.
Well, yeah,
And
but
starting
that-
to evaluate what's important and what's not.
But if they don't and these things are available, it's our job to go for them.
It's
That's
also
what
our
I'm trying
job
to
to pay
say.
attention to what's being spent for it. And if we actually do something that's against what we actually take an oath for, then that's something wrong. And I won't do it. I just won't do it.
Well, I committed to building the sheepskin trail. Sorry, I disagree with you wholeheartedly.
That's fine.
So,
And so
we'll
did I.
move on. And number 15, commissioners.
Consider approval of the February 18th, 2025 Commissioners' Agenda Meeting Minutes.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Consider approval of the February 20th, 2025 Commissioners' Meeting Minutes.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Consider approval of the February 20th, 2025 Commissioners' Special Meeting minutes.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
Consider a motion to take action on the bids received for the Fayette County Jail parking lot expansion project to either accept the low bid of Letterman Excavating in the amount of $118,335 or to reject all bids.
I'm going to make a motion to reject all bids, only for this reason. There was confusion on this whole process, and I think we need to clear that up before we actually proceed with this.
There's a motion to reject all bids. Is there a second? Is there,
Yeah, I'll make a
Jack,
motion
is
to
there,
table.
is there a motion to tabling? We can,
You can table, but the bid only lasts for a certain amount of time, and I'm not sure where we are in that time, and whether our next meeting will still be, you know,
well,
in
then that would
time.
automatically reject all
Reject the
bids.
bid.
Okay.
Correct.
I just think that's a good price, and my concern is it gonna be more if we reject it and go another route? That's what I'm concerned about.
So I have other concerns that have been brought to my attention. I'm not sure how this bid was placed, and so I'm going to, so just going back to Commissioner Lore's motion to reject all bids, that dies for lack of a second.
Make a motion to table.
Is there a second to table? I will make the motion, the second, to table the bid. Any more discussion? Call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. To table.
So it was,
First,
Motion.
second, 3-0 to table.
okay.
We'll see how it plays out, and if it's more going another route, I'll make sure I let the public know that.
Should have voted against it.
Consider approval of the appointment of Jeffrey K. Taylor to the Fayette County Behavioral Health Advisory Board for a vacant position as a local citizens organization representative active in the field of mental health with a term to expire on December 31st, 2026.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion's promptly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Consider approval to adopt a resolution pursuant to the County Code 16 PS 2601-2603 and the eminent domain code 26 PA CSA 101, approving the filing of a declaration of taking for temporary and/or permanent easements or other property interests as shown and identified on those certain property plans and plats, which are incorporated here in reference to provide notice thereof and to authorize an open-end bond, if applicable, or the provision of any required estimated and/or actual just compensation, including, without limitation, by payment of the same to the prothonotary, against the following properties and/or property interests, or in lieu of such condemnation proceedings, to authorize acceptance of a deed in lieu of condemnation, property ID number 36-14-0152, property owner Brian J. Krupa.
Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second? I will second this motion. Is there any discussion?
Well, we agreed to doing that back in 2019 when we signed the plan documents, is that correct?
So I have a copy of the plan documents. They were signed by Commissioner Vasides, Commissioner Lore, and Commissioner Angela Zimmerling, all in 2019. And the plan is pursuant to the administrative code of eminent domain, and all the numbers that are on the plan are on this. We're on this. So So we have already agreed to take all the properties along Sheepskin Trail via eminent domain. And now to exclude one of those properties would be, in my mind, showing favoritism to one property owner. So I'm ready to vote that this take place. Any further discussion? Call for a vote on the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 No.
Motion carries 2-1.
Consider ratification of the following transfers that occurred in the 2025 budget from February 10th, 2025 to March 7th, 2025, as listed with total debits and credits $13,678.69.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there any public announcements? Hearing none, we will open up to public comment. Is there any public comment? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion. Second.
Motion promptly moved and second. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. So, your name.
I know it's on there, and then I asked for information
not-
on bike trail.
you did not.
I asked for bike trail information clear back to 17, and never received it. And as long as that bike trail is that costly, I vote for anything to